So welcome to this second webinar for the Open Call 1 of the IOD, focused on the private sector. Today we will focus more on the technical components of the platform and of the Open Call and on its business concepts. So just some guidelines for today. As I mentioned before, the session is being recorded. And the recording will be made available shortly after this webinar on our YouTube channel. And we will also share with the participants the slides that will be presented today. And you can always use the Q&A box to ask any questions. You can leave them during the webinar or wait for the end of the session where we will address all your questions to leave them there. But feel free to leave as many questions as you want. We will try to answer them all. For this webinar, we will first have a recap of the Open Call 1. So we had a previous webinar where we presented in detail the characteristics, all the aspects of this first open call. And today we will make a brief overview presented by my colleague Ana Barbosa Mel from F6S. And then we will move on with the AI in Demand business plan presented by Heli Harikari from DMEC. And then we will have some time to go into the technical overview and the AI on Demand Open Call 1 components, which will be introduced by Sergio Melinas from Convotis, as well as Piros from ICCS. And then we will have each component owner presenting their own components. And finally, we'll have 15 minutes for addressing the questions that you will leave in our Q&A box. And yeah, just feel free to leave them there while we will be presenting our session. I will be today's moderator, also from F6S, alongside my colleague Anna. And without further ado, I would like to give the floor to Anna.
Thank you, Joanna. I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
I see your head. Thank you. So before going into details about the open call itself, let me start with a quick overview of the AI on Demand platform and why the platform is being built in the first place. As you well know, Europe has a strong AI research talent and innovation. But this AI ecosystem is still highly fragmented, which makes it difficult for companies to find the right partners, technologies, and pathway to scale. And this is why aiod, AI on Demand platform, comes in. This platform is designed to be the Europe's central hub for trustworthy AI. It connects AI providers, businesses, researchers, and public initiatives in one ecosystem built around European values like the transparency and openness. For providers, this creates visibility and access to new markets. And for users, this offers a trusted way to find AI solutions, partners, and support all in one place, in a one-stop shop, as the slide says. As shown also in the slide, aiod is composed by three main elements. The DevOps tools for developing and deploying AI solutions, a marketplace to showcasing products and services, and also a business navigator, which helps organizations identify relevant technologies, relevant partners, and also support, like a matchmaking tool. The goal of aiod is simple and complex at the same time, make trustworthy AI easy to discover, adopt, and scale across Europe. To be the reference tool, basically, to support the connection in this fragmented AI European ecosystem. We invite you to check the recording for webinar 1. This is quite important, and this is available in our YouTube channel because the platform was presented in much more detail on that webinar. And for this webinar, this is the short presentation that we will be giving. If you could move on, Joanna. I will now start making a recap of what was presented in webinar number 1 regarding this open call. So what are we looking for in this open call? We are looking for the best European AI solutions ready to scale through the AIoD. This means that we are calling for AI products that are mature and deployable. So they must be TRL7 or plus, and that have specific technical details and characteristics, and that can offer somehow a technical differentiation regarding comparing to the market. These products must be real business value, bring real business value to the platform. They must address a clear market need and with a robust business model. A third point, also very relevant, is that these products must be AI platform fit. So the selected solutions should reinforce the AIoD ecosystem that I previously presented, bringing users and traction to the platform, while at the same time being able to integrate with at least one of our existing components. And by integrating, we mean utilizing power exploit the tools that we will be presenting later on in this webinar. And lastly, we want strong teams. We want growth potential to be visible in our platform, so that this creates a win-win situation, both for the platform and for yourselves as providers being showcased in this platform. So these are the four pillars and the four selection criteria. You can check all these details in the section 4 of the guide for applicants, which is, as I will later explain, one of the most relevant or the most relevant documents in this application period that we are in right now. Please move on, Joanna. What is the general offering of this open call? Firstly, and most importantly, the financial support up to 60,000 divided by stages. The opportunity to integrate in an European AI infrastructure, market access and customer acquisition, mentoring and strategic guidance to your tool and to this process, visibility and credibility boost, real deployment and use case validation, really important, especially if you are a startup, and obviously providing some early influence on the platform development. Next slide, please. Who can apply? In general terms, we are looking for single entities, so startups, SMEs, or research organization like RTOs or academia that are AI providers, so they own an AI product. We are also looking for companies that are registered in Europe and in European member states, or in one of the Digital Europe associated countries. The detail of this list is also included in the guide for applicants. And we have other eligibility conditions, all detailed there, but the most relevant is that you must register in AIoD as a single sign-on and in the Business Navigator. So you must complete the process of submitting your application, let's say, to the Business Navigator. Next, Rana. And these are the main outcomes and the main characteristics of this open call. This open call has a funnel approach. So whoever is selected for stage 1 can then be selected for stage 2 and be considered also for stage 3. We will start by selecting 50 companies with the characteristics that I just presented that are AIoD relevant AI providers. In stage 1, we will work with these 50 companies, providing 5,000 euros to each AI provider. This is a 1-month period stage. So, and within this month, we will deliver 2 webinars. We will ask you for feedback. We will also ask you to fine-tune your proposal according to the webinar's information. And there is a mandatory industry event happening by the end of this stage. If you are selected to stage 2, so there's an extra evaluation process, you will be granted 35,000 euros as an AI provider. And we are hoping to engage up to 20 AI providers in this stage. This is a three-stage process. I'm sorry, 3 months process, which will involve not only the full onboarding into AI on demand elements that I just presented, the marketplace and the business navigator, the integration with one of the components, and these components will be presented in the later session of today. Contribute as a beta testing, make a proposal for stage 3, and participating in the industry event number 2 by the end of stage 2. And if you are selected for stage 3, you will be selected as a project now, not as an AI provider. So you must join up with an AI adopter to deliver a specific project. Basically, you will be deploying your product, your solution in the AI adopter of your choosing. This is, again, 3-month stage. You will continue to be contributing as a beta tester for the platform and for the components, and participating as well in the industry event number 3. This is a very short presentation of the open call and the process. It is fully detailed in the guide for applicants. So, Joanna, if you can move on to the last slide. So these are the most important documents to consider in this application phase. For the application phase itself, please read the guide for applicants. This is available in our platform. Also, the technical and business proposal. You must not only read it, you must fill it in and submit it in the form provided in the same landing page. And you must also submit the ownership control declaration. This is also mandatory for this specific call. The details for this declaration are also in the landing page of the platform. If you are selected to proceed to stage 1 and then stage 2 and stage 3, there will be obviously a contracting phase. And you can already see the templates of the subgrant agreement, the SME declaration, declaration of honor, and also the bank information included in our landing page as well for your reference. I believe I'm done with my presentation, Joanna. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I'll give you the floor back.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you for this recap of the Open Call 1 application process. And now we will move on with the AI on Demand business plan. And for that, I would like to give the floor to Heli.
Thank you so much, Joanna. Let's move briefly to talk about the business aspect of the process and the platform. Next slide, please. Just very quickly before going to the contents, very briefly about the status and the state of the business planning of the platform at the moment. We do have first ideas on how the business model and the business plan of the entire platform looks like. However, this is also now your opportunity through your business case developments to show us what should be there, what kinds of business developments you would like to see there. So please use your imagination, be innovative, and provide us with good business cases that also help us then maybe to divert our thinking towards what you are looking for. Next slide, please. As Anna already mentioned, we are talking about one-stop shop for AI. I will not go to the details of that, but ultimately, what's important to keep in mind is that we are not building yellow pages. Not again one of those platforms where tools and services are listed, but we are actually building a living platform, a living community, a living ecosystem. And this is the value that please keep in mind when you create your business case. And we really ask you to join us to, create such value for the platform. Next slide, please. So as we know, the platform is for providers, it's for adopters, it's for various kinds of ecosystem actors. You can get more information in the open call materials. But as I said, it's supposed to be a living platform. So our business plan only works if users actively engage, and that's why we are calling you to join us now. So what we want from you is to start thinking about your target users, customers, and also concrete ways how you are thinking about bringing them to the AI on demand. So this is not about you just joining the platform, but also activating it, because you are the most important players here. We are just the orchestrators in the background to support. Next slide, please. So when you think about your business case, obviously you have your business model in mind. So don't just think of this as an infrastructure, but this is really a business environment for you. So your growth means the platform growth. Why the AI on-demand platform we see is important for you is obviously for faster deployment, lower cost, easier scaling across Europe, and so on. So what we would hope you to provide us is to show how you can sell, deploy, and scale through the platform. How does that help you? And also how you plan to generate traction, bring users, use cases, and in general contribute to the ecosystem growth. Next slide, please. So these are some of the very core questions that we hope that your business case will, shed light on. So first of all, what is the gap that you fill in the platform? So why is your solution important for the AI on-demand platform? And then again, the users. What kinds of users you are thinking about bringing to the platform through your solution? How does the AI on-demand platform make your business stronger? So how do you see the business benefits, and not technical infrastructure only, as I said, but really growing your own business? And then on the other hand, how do you think that your business then helps the platform grow and make real impact in the ecosystem? Next slide, please. So here are some examples of, of the thinking of good applications, and then on the other hand, weak proposals. So please be as concrete as you ever can. I will not read this through, but as you see on the right hand, being vague, listing our solution, testing technology, we bring users to a platform, it's just not convincing enough, but be as specific as you ever can. As I said, we do understand that because you don't have, and none of us have yet, a truly clear understanding of the business model and business plan of the platform, you have to imagine to some extent, but we appreciate your imagination, so please use it to the full extent. And I think we have one more slide left. Exactly. So don't think this as a technical demo. This is really a business pilot. So we are looking for real use cases, real users, and real growth. And as I said, we are going hand in hand in this case. So your success is our success. So design your proposal really as a business case, not as a project plan. That's briefly what I wanted to say about the business plan. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ellie. Okay, so let's now move on with the AI on Demand's technical overview. And for that, I will request the support from Sergio.
Hello, Sergio Muñoz from Combotis. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. And you go to next slide. Okay. The idea with this slide is to have a general overview of the high-level architecture. I will not go into details for this high-level architecture and not technical. I will skip the technical part also. Only a few points will be mentioned, but only a high-level architecture is the target of this slide. At the end, the main target of the full platform is to have this trustworthiness and compliance. This is one of the main targets. This is because we have on top of the left of this presentation this bar mentioning this. On top of this platform, we have the landing page and the web portal, and this could be considered as an entry point for the platform. We have all the public pages here as an entry point. And then we have the authentication system for the private part. We are using Keycloak for this authentication and using OpenID Connect as a standard for this authentication service for all the components of the platform and also for the products, as you can see here. The core platform components and also the main use cases and all the products related to these domain use cases are using this same authentication method for all of them. This is the authentication method considered for all the platform for them. Then, as you can see, before the marketplace and the business navigator are behind this layer of the authentication and are also horizontal layers. In the marketplace and in the business navigator, we have all the companies and all the products registered. In the marketplace, we have the products, and in the business navigator, we have the companies. But both are connected at the end. We are using the information from the business navigator in order to populate also in the marketplace the companies. Then this is because at the end we can consider almost as an only component the marketplace and the business navigator are two different components but are interconnected between them and are sharing also the authentication mechanisms for this platform. We have also the vertical layers with the core platform components. Here I mentioned the main components that we have in the core, the main components for the platform, like AI Builder and AI Runner, the Foundation Model Hub, the service that we will see in detail, the SALT, scan tool, AI testing framework that we will see in the details are the main components, core components of the platform. And also we have some ones like Deep TSF that we will see in details later. As you can see, are vertical components because at the end, the companies for these components or these products are registered in the marketplace and in the business navigator. In the bottom, we have the enterprise portal and APIs because at the end, we have a common API in order to have this interoperability between all these components and all these products. In order to interact between them, we have this API, REST API layer that and the enterprise portal that communicates between all of them. And also in the bottom, we have the sovereign and cloud infrastructure provided in order to deploy all these components and products. This is a very high level overview. I hope it's clear for everybody more or less how is deployed and how is the platform interconnected.
Thank you. Thank you, Sergio. Thank you so much. We will now share more details about each component with the support from Spiros and each component owner. So Spiros, the floor is yours.
Hello, my name is Spiros Moussakidis from ICCS. So we will see representative OpenCall components in the next slides. The idea here is that you utilize and exploit at least one core component for your application. But as Haley said, we just don't want like a technical demo. We want to see also the overall alignment with the on-demand ecosystem and business planning. So next slide, please. So you can, in your proposal, you should show us how you can utilize and integrate at least one core component from the open calls. But again, the more better. And information about the tools that you can integrate, you can find if you go on the marketplace section of the AI on demand platform for the industry. You can find the open core components and click on each item, and you will find more information about them, their links, as well as documentation. Next slide, please. So in a summary, there is what we call the foundational model core. These are type of tools that relate to an AI gateway. Basically, it's an API, universal API that connects you to open source models and European models and open source models. So through one API, you can have access to these LLMs. This will be presented in later tool in the Model Hub and the LLM Lab. Then we have a set of core components that are related to the service layer, which means infrastructures in terms of GPU hosting, inference, and cloud. And on the top, we have the tools layer, the upper layer, where we have DevOps tools, tools for creating agents, as well as tools for assessing the trustworthiness of your solution and the alignment with the European AI Act and relevant legislation. So we will start next in the next slides, and we will see tools from the upper layer for the deployment layer, and we will start with the AI builder. So Martin, next slide, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sergio. My name is Martin Wels. I work for Fraunhofer in Germany, and I'm the project lead and product owner of the AI Builder Suite. It is meant to create cognitive architectures from reusable building blocks, and it leverages fully the power of this combination. We have already components for planning, for logic, for knowledge graphs, for image detection, for constant learning, self-learning, and the nodes of the pipelines are based on Docker containers, and the execution environment is Kubernetes. And you can see the link to the system on the left-hand side. Next slide, please. Yeah, so here's one of our latest example slides, which combines an LLM with MCP agents and local long-term memory that work together to really bring impactful applications. And all of the components, all of these nodes are open source currently. So it is easy to get started by building on what we already have, using the source code and extending it to build your solution. That's all from my end. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Martin. Now we move on to the next, to the AI testing. So Maximilian.
Yes, hello, my name is Maximilian Pins. I'm from Fraunhofer, and yeah, I'm working on the AI testing framework component. So AI systems need to satisfy quality requirements such as accuracy, robustness, fairness, and traceability. But verifying such AI quality requires more than running few isolated evaluations. Typically requires a systematic selection of and deployment of tests that are linked to the system's use case, risks, and expected behavior. And in practice, mapping this abstract quality requirements to concrete test setups can be challenging. And this is where our consulting offer comes in. So with the AI testing framework, we help organizations move from quality requirements to structured, reproducible test workflows. We first support identifying what to test using the Fraunhofer AI assessment catalog, analyzing the system, deriving test dimensions, and defining concrete criteria. And then we support implementing how to test by designing modular workflows and deploying them via the AI Builder suite component that we have just seen. Next slide, please. So we have these AI Builder suite workflows follow a common modular structure. So we can reuse the structure and to implement different types of AI tests. So at the moment, we have 2 running demos on the AI on-demand platform that implement this approach. First, the test setup is defined in the AI builder, including inputs, metrics, and configuration. And then we use the AI runner to execute the workflow in a controlled execution environment with logs and execution state available for inspections. And finally, results and key metrics are reviewed and analyzed. So the first demo is an object detection benchmark, which evaluates object detection systems using metrics such as precision, recall, and mean average precision. And the second demo is coverage bench. This is an evaluation benchmark for retrieval augmented generation systems that concentrates on coverage analysis of test sets. So the question whether test questions cover the target domain well. And this benchmark also includes downstream LLM as a judge metrics such as faithfulness. So feel free to try the demos out on the AI on demand platform, on the AI builder, and contact us if you want to know more. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Moving on to Sally, Magnus.
Thank you very much, Spiros. Magnus Westerlund from Akari University of Applied Sciences. Hello, everyone. We have a tool that is an assistant for being able to analyze how a solution complies to the trustworthy AI requirements that have been defined by the Commission. This tool in itself is an LLM-based tool, so you have an interactive and structured process where you go through how your system is built up, and then you provide an analysis of the claims and the evidences that you have provided, and then that is mapped to the requirements as been specified also now through the legislation, and something that we are going to update as well as the code of conducts are being finalized and the standards. The point of this is to be able to scale out to SMEs in particular, but also to other organizations, a way of understanding how to analyze their own services in terms of the requirements and the legislation. And this tool at the moment is a user that has a graphical user interface, but something that we will continue to develop now into an MCP as well, so it can be integrated with other tools, essentially coding agents and such.
Thank you very much, Magnus. Moving on, next to Thanasis.
Hi everyone. So on this screen, you can see the 2 major features of TiScan tool. So basically on the left side, there is the quick rule-based questionnaire that mostly aims for your education on prohibited and high-risk practices. And on the right side, you can see the actual AI-based assessment for the AI Act risk level and the relevant articles. So if you move on to the next slide. Okay, so what are the benefits for your AI products? Basically, we have the rapid rule-based screening. As I said, this can work as an educational tool for you in the early stages of development to avoid prohibited and high-risk practices. There is also the AI-based automated assessment that can help you detect the early gaps on your solutions. This can be offered as a streamlined workflow. You could run this on the major updates of the life cycle of your development, and it offers some actionable output as you can check the relevant articles in order to align with the EU AI Act. So some technical constraints are that the screening happens on the front end. There is a REST API for the AI-based assessments. You could run this automatically using metadata from your AI products. There is a native alignment with our platform, and the inference of the models is based on the Fraunhofer's Gen AI. So finally, we use the embedding model of Snowflake and the LLM of Mistral Small. We try to keep this as EU sovereign as possible. The retrieval engine is based on Spotify's annoying algorithm, and the knowledge base to use for the assessment is the relevant articles, recitals, and annexes from the European AI Act. So that's it from my end.
Thank you very much, Thanasis. Moving now to the European Model Hub.
Yes.
Daniel.
Hello. Yeah, thank you. I'm Daniel, also from Fraunhofer Institute IIS, and I want to present the Model Hub. So it's basically the central platform for generative AI models with a focus on sovereignties, meaning having models hosted on European servers, and also focus on preventing vendor login by providing many different types of models, which we do displayed here. So we have our Gen AI gateway as core technical component, which basically connects different GPU servers or model backends or API providers, like the model API from Ionos, which are also part of this consortium, or the inference services of the AI factories like Meluxina, and also GPU servers we have at our institute. And basically with this Gen AI gateway, we provide an uniform inference service for these hosted models and have an open AI compatible API, so it can be easily plugged in any existing application that already uses the open AI API, and then connect basically different models there. And we are supporting, of course, large language models, also vision language models and embedding models, and which also supports tool calling and output formatting, for example. Exactly. And this API layer is then used by other applications or can be directly used for own applications. Next slide, please. On top of this, we also provide some interactive user interface, which basically can be used to play with these models, compare different models for specific use cases by applying one prompt, and then see how different models perform on these prompt, and based on this then optimize prompts for specific use cases to get better outcome outputs, to perform prompt engineering, and then also to identify new use cases and see if which LLMs and if LLMs at all are suitable for this specific use case one might have in mind. And next slide. That's a choice of models we currently have. So we have demo access to models we have hosted on our servers, like the European Tolkien model, Mistral models, but also other models like the GPT OSS models or Qwen models. And by integrating the Ionos API, we, for example, also have Llama models, and via the Cortex API, we have bigger models like the Mistral 3 model or also Gamma 3. Yes, next slide, please. And okay, then I give back to Spiros.
Now Theodosius will give an example of a representative use case service that's on the platform, DTSF. So Theodosius.
Thank you, Spiros. So I'm Theodosios Puntridis, and I will present DeepTSF, which is a codeless time series forecasting application using AI developed by ICCS. With DeepTSF, you can develop and deploy the most accurate time series forecasting model for your use case. It offers a simple user experience for non-programmers. With this application, users can save time by easily reproducing and evaluating a great variety of different forecasting models. Also, they can reduce cost and complexity of model development as the entire machine learning pipeline is automated. The core features of DeepTSF include the codeless training and evaluation of state-of-the-art forecasting algorithms, machine learning and deep learning models, and hyperparameter setups. Also, users can view and compare model results using metrics and interactive plots. We have also included Trustworthy AI, which explains forecasting model results, and a model inference API, so users can get forecasts from the models they trained. Next slide, please. Thank you. On the left, you can see the page where users can initiate a forecasting pipeline. They just upload their time series CSV, and after choosing parameters such as resolution and forecasting algorithm, they can run their machine learning preprocessing, training, and evaluation pipeline. Now, users of DeepTSF can first talk with our energy and forecasting AI experts to help them define their problem. Then they can use the application to identify, train, and evaluate the best state-of-the-art forecasting algorithm for the problem. And finally, users can deploy their model and utilize it for their downstream tasks, such as unit commitment in power systems or inventory replenishment in retail, for example. Also, here are some useful links, including DeepTSF's documentation, repo, and demo video. And that's it from me.
Thank you very much, Theodosios. I think now it's time. This was a short overview of the open core components, and now we can move on to questions and answers.
Thank you, Spiros, and thank you to all the component owners who have presented. Let's now move forward with the Q&A. And I see that we already have some questions here, so I will start with the first one. And the first one is actually easy to answer. So I couldn't attend the previous info session. Could you please send the YouTube recording and slides from the previous session as well? Yes, we can send it again alongside also the recording and slides of this session. So all of that will be shared with all of you. Moving on with the next one. The evaluation of providers versus proposals is done separately, or it will be better to submit a proposal having an AI adopter?
I think I can answer this one, Joanna.
Yes, please.
Yes, so the evaluation of the providers will be separate from the evaluation of the adopters. So it's two different moments. For now, we need your full dedication to writing the best technical and business proposal you can write according to the information you have. This template is available in the landing page, and you will see that there is a section where you can already identify the AI provider that you aim to work with, but this is not definite, and we will not at this point evaluate that AI adopter. Sorry. So again, let me say this again. So you can already identify the AI adopter there that you aim to work with if you proceed and if you are in stage 3 in the end, but we will not evaluate that AI adopter at this moment. For now, we will focus on the AI products and your proposals as AI providers for mainly for stage 1 and stage 2.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Anna. Regarding the next one, can the AI adopter that joins the consortium for phase 3 application be a partner of the Deploy AI project consortium?
No, also this is a straightforward answer. It's no, because the AI adopter will also be funded by this FSTP So this financial support to third parties, this program, and a deploy AI project consortium partners cannot be funded through this mechanism. So this is a clear no.
Okay, thank you. Regarding the calls requirements, the current funding level appears mismatched with the extensive list of commitments, which include webinar organization, industrial event attendance, beta integration, and marketing pivoting. To ensure high quality delivery and meaningful impact, is there flexibility to either adjust the funding or refine the expected scope of work?
So thank you for this question. There are some things in this question that are not correct. So we are not expecting you to organize a webinar. We just expect you to participate in this webinar. There is no beta integration at stage 1, for example. This is only part of stage 2. So, I mean, if you go back to the guide for applicants and read it thoroughly, you will see that for each stage there are a list of activities. The list of activities does not mean that those activities are exactly the same in depth. So the stage 1 is a 1-month period, 5,000 euros, and the activities are quite light. So participate in the webinars, attend the in-person event number 1, and submit again your proposal with the revised and upgraded according to the information that you have from those webinars. And the fourth point is just to give us a general feedback about our platform. So this means answering to a survey. So, and this is what we expect for stage 1. For stage 2, the list is a bit is more or less the same, but the activities are totally different. So it's a 3-month stage. You are expected to work with our tools, to integrate with our tools, give us some feedback about the tools that you chose, giving also serving as beta tester to the platform as a whole, not only that tool, but also other tools and other components of the platform, integrating into the marketplace and the business navigator. And throughout this process, there will be also the mentorship from our partners in the consortium. And in the end, you are also supposed to submit a proposal for stage 3. So, I mean, and this is a 30,000 euros equivalent stage. So it is a bit of a different set of activities, much more in-depth work, let's say, much more effort, let's say, but also the corresponding amount in terms of funding for this stage. And I mean, if you compare the stages, this is what you will find in the guide for applicants, and hopefully this will be clear. If you need Angel Martin, if you need any extra clarification, please use our channels that will be presented by Joanna in the end, and we can discuss this further. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Okay, next one. We currently have a potential AI adopter willing to participate in the deployment phase of the project. Would you recommend already mentioning this adopter in the stage 1 proposal, even if the formal deployment would only happen in stage 3?
Yes. So this is a clear yes. We recommend that you already identified your adopter, because this allows us to understand what you will do when you reach stage 3. But again, the AI adopter itself and the proposal for stage 3 will only be fully evaluated in stage 3. Actually, when you go from stage 2 to stage 3, you must submit, as I was saying, a proposal for this deployment phase with specific criteria and a specific template that will be shared if you are one of the selected to proceed to stage 2. So if you are in stage 2, you will know what to do to proceed with for stage 3. But I mean, answering straight to your question, if you can already identify this AI adopter, even if it's only an idea and if it's not concrete, please do so.
Great, thank you. Okay, next one. It's a two-part question. So first one, are coding agents and developer tool workflows considered a valid use case for the Model Hub / Gen AI Gateway, assuming the product brings enterprise users and developer teams to the AIoD ecosystem? And second question, what constraints apply to logging, prompt retention, source code processing, and data residency when using the Gen AI Gateway for enterprise developer workflows?
Yes, I think this is a question for Daniel. Daniel, can you?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, regarding coding agents, I think that's an interesting use case. It just a bit depends on the expected number of token consumptions. Since we are in the first phase where this open call happens, we have limited capacity, so we cannot support unlimited token usage. So token use cases usually require a lot of tokens. But for some demo use case, this should be fine. Regarding constraints, so on our Gen AI Gateway, we don't apply any logging of prompts. So we just collect metadata like number of tokens used and which model is used, but not the prompts itself. Only if we use external API providers, then it depends how this API provider handle this. Like when we use model sources at Ionos. But on the Gen AI Gateway itself, we don't do any prompt blocking. And data resistancy, so it's all models run on European servers, basically. Yeah, that's the answer.
Thank you. Thank you, Danielle. Next question, what industry is the focus on? Maybe Anna, if you can answer this one.
Yes, I can answer this one. Well, for this open call, we don't have any industry focus, like let's say a sector focus. So we are open to any sector, industry, AI products that you may consider and you may have. So for this one, no sector or no industry focus specifically. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next question, are the AI models deployed in a standalone instance for each solution owned by the solution provider?
I think this question could relate to different tools also. It can relate to AI Builder and so I'm not sure European Model Hub. I'm not sure which one you're referring to, but yes, depending on the tool, each one has its own, let's say, independence. Maybe Martin wants to answer that regarding the AI models deployed in AI Builder, then maybe Daniel. And Sergio also, if you want to pop in.
Yes, sure. So for AI Builder, the AI Builder suite, the models are deployed in the AI runner, which basically provides a Kubernetes namespace for each solution. So there is no direct interaction between different solution providers. You have your own namespace, which is well encapsulated. I hope that answers the question.
And maybe Daniel, can you also comment in terms of European Model Hub?
For the Model Hub, we basically have both. We have models permanently hosted that are basically accessible by everyone who has access to the platform. And we will, in the future, also provide the on-demand hosting service of LuxProvide. Not sure if LuxProvide itself is part of the open course, but we will also integrate their on-demand model hosting service into the Gen AI Gateway. And then we have basically dedicated model instances in the future. Yeah.
Thank you. I think it's answered. If we can go to the next one. Do you need or recommend a letter of support to prove the AI adopter engagement in phase 1 application? Anna, if you can help us with this one.
Yes, we don't need the letter of support at this point. As I was saying, we will need a full declaration of the consortium that will implement stage 3 when we get to that point. So when you actually are selected to proceed to stage 3 and you have chosen your AI adopter, you will be a consortium. So the AI provider and the AI adopter will be a consortium. There will be a new sub-grant agreement signed, and there will be a declaration of honor by that stage, but no need for that right now.
Okay, thank you. And before moving on to our last question, there's one that I believe is related with the previous question raised. Who is the owner of the model?
Spiros, I think you're muted. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. So again, this question could relate to different tools. So I'm not sure, but each of the tools, like AI Builder, you can have specific metadata where you write the ownership, and you can find more information about the available usable AI models who is on it. The idea here is that beneficiaries keep the ownership of the tools that they develop. This is important, and they can utilize other models that, depending on the model, they can have different terms of usage and so on. But I don't know if Daniel and Martin want to comment on this also.
Yes, so I would like to add that for AI Builder, we also support commercial models. So you really keep your all the rights of your components, and you can commercialize it. We have a lot of open source components on AI Builder, but we definitely support also commercial models, and then you fully own the model afterwards.
Thank you. Thank you all. Then we can answer our last question. Where can we find more information about the use cases, particularly regarding the AIoD components integrated into the use case?
Yes. For that, again, you can go to the marketplace and see the products, and they have links to the documentation, but on the top they have, for instance, use cases and applications on real world examples, like success stories. So you can find there more information about that.
Okay, great, thank you. All right, so I think that all of our questions are answered. I see that we still have one raised hand. I don't know, Julian, if you prefer to write down your question, we can also allow you to talk as you prefer. In any case, I'll give you the right to raise your question if you want. Otherwise, we can move forward with some final information. Okay. Then some final useful links. If you have any questions that you didn't manage to raise during this webinar or any doubts, you can contact us via aiod.opencalls@f6s.com. But we also have a space within the OpenCall webpage on the F6S platform where you can leave your questions as well, and we will try to answer them as soon as possible. All the documentation that Anna's presented today is available on the OpenCalls webpage on the AI on Demand platform. You can also find there the link for the application page, also available on the F6S platform. It's pretty straightforward. And we invite you all to follow our communication channels, where we will publish, for example, more information about the next webinar. And speaking of which, I would like to inform you that our next webinar will take place on the 28th of May, and we will focus mainly on answering all of your questions, all of your doubts. So if you would like to join that webinar, come prepared with some questions if you have them. But all these details will be shared in the email that I will send to all the participants after this webinar, alongside the recording, the slides, and I can also share again the recording and slides of the first webinar as requested by one of the participants. Okay, so I don't think that we have any more questions. I don't think so. So I would like to thank all of you for participating. Just one final slide with a recap of the open call. If you have any questions, please let us know. And thank you also to all the panelists and for my co-host Anna for joining us today. And I guess we will see each other in the next webinar. If not, then good luck with the application. Thank you all.